Hey Victory fans, thought we'd get straight into the Victory and Jets recap. First thing I wanted to say, great crowd. Being a Sunday afternoon game at 5 p.m, I felt like it gave a lot of these families an opportunity to bring, their young kids out and enjoy the game of football. So it's great to see a large crowd for this game on a Sunday arvo. We look at the game now. Early on in this game, Paul Izzo had the ball in hand, went over the line. It's a corner for the Jets. Rather than setting up defensively, Melbourne Victory and Paul Izzo were complaining and arguing with the referee, and I felt like that took away from their mindset to really switch on. Corner comes in by the Jets, Mark Natter scores, a huge shock to the system, and they concede like that early on in the first 5 minutes or so. So Victory needed to be better then. They needed to be a bit more switched on, especially defensively. But then there was an immediate response, which was great to see. Daniel Arzani on the right-hand side cuts it into the box, a direct central pass, picked out Bruno Fornaroli, who made the most of his opportunity and made it 1-1. Great to see that reply by Melbourne Victory. The second goal came for Bruno Fornaroli when Adama Traore, with a great run down the left-hand side, crossed it in. Bruno got on the end of it, so he gets his first half brace, and a first half brace turned into a first half hat-trick. A penalty was awarded to Melbourne Victory. There was a handball by the Jets inside the box. Look, it was a bit harsh, some were saying, because the Jets player was on the ground and went to ground, and that's when it hit his hand. But it is still a handball and rightfully awarded to Melbourne Victory. Bruno made the most of it, got his hat-trick, didn't miss from the spot, that's for sure, and he absolutely loved it. Well, if you thought a hat-trick was enough, it was not for Bruno Fornaroli. The cross comes in for Melbourne Victory inside the box, and Bruno pulls out the party tricks. He gets the Rabona for his fourth goal. A fantastic four for Bruno in the first half. Suarez, who? No, I'm just joking. We've got our own Bruno Fornaroli, which is great. I'm just joking when I say that. But it was great to see Bruno Fornaroli loving football. He looks much fitter than he did last season. He's running out the full games early on in this season, and he's getting those goals. We're utilising our striker, and most importantly, we're getting the ball to our striker in scoring positions when he has that chance, and it's even better to see him making the most of those chances. Victory led 4-1 at half-time. Second half came along, and the Jets get one back. Dane Ingham, great cross, and CJ Taylor hit it flush on the left boot. No chance Izzo was saving that. I think Taylor was a bit surprised himself that he got that one, but it was a great goal, and just a nice little play there by the Jets. 4-2 was the score, and 4-2 turned into 5-2. Nishan Velupillay pounced on a Jets error in transition. Velupillay off to the races, and one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Class, composure, speed at its best, and Velupillay, the youngster, buries it to make the scoreline 5-2. Unfortunately, Victory conceded another one. Brandon O'Neill in transition, a great run, and CJ Taylor again darted to the right but cut back to the left sharply, and it was just a great goal and a great play by the Jets. Victory caught backpedaling in that play. They couldn't get back defensively and really set up, and that's the thing we saw in this game. So the final score was 5-3. Newcastle, I thought, were robbed of a goal. The VAR said, well, there was a player that was offside. The Jets player was offside. That's what I originally thought. But then when you look at the replay, it was actually the Victory player in the defensive line that got his boot to the ball and kicked it to the Jets player who was in that offside position. Technically, that means he's onside because, Victory has kicked it to him. And that should have been a goal, in my opinion, for the Jets, but that was taken away from them. Anyway, they immediately responded through CJ Taylor with that classy finish. So final scoreline's 5-3, but it would have been better if we kept them to 5-1, or even better if we kept them to 5-0. I felt like the defense was much better in round one against Sydney. We looked more structured and strong as a unit in our game against Sydney. In this game, yeah, great we're getting it forward, great we're scoring, and especially feeding our striker in Bruno Fornaroli. But in that second half, I did feel like Melbourne Victory got a bit too comfortable. Didn't really switch on. Some substitutions, I'm not sure why Jason Gary was subbed off, if that's maybe to limit his minutes or fitness, or maybe he copped a bit of an injury. Speaking of injuries, Traore pulled up really early in this game. He was holding his ankle area and calf area, but he played out throughout the rest of the game, so I think it just would have been maybe a cramp, to be honest. For Melbourne Victory, the subs that they made, Mashash Azani went off. Talent from those two. Pure talent. Fantastic plays. They were linking up. They knew where each other were at all times on the field. They were just great down the right-hand side. Brimmer, Falami, and Economides came on. I would have loved to see a bit more confidence from those three and taking a few more shots. But that'll come throughout the season, I'm sure. So Victory, great to get the win, but we could have been a bit better defensively. And to concede 3, yeah, it just didn't sit well with me, that's for sure. But still, 3 points, I'll take that any day of the week. And a great crowd at AAMI Park. Next Saturday night, the original rivalry. We have to be very careful of the Reds. They're a dangerous unit. 3-0 in the first round, 6-0 in the second round. They smashed Melbourne City the other night. They're a great team. They're fast, they're quick, they're creative. Nestori Irankunda, I can't wait to see him live in person. But even better, I can't wait to see my Victory boys back in action at AAMI Park. Make sure to be there next Saturday night at 7:45 p.m. Go Victory! Did you like that recap? Well, if you want to see more of them, please like, comment, share this video out to your friends and family. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's all for free and it's much appreciated. For more content, make sure to check out my social media pages, including Facebook and Instagram. Give them a follow, plenty more sports updates and recaps on there.